Goody, it's my turn. Kaya, I've, for the past several times, I've presented after Sophia, and every time I say I don't want to follow that because she's an amazing presenter, I'm now realizing I don't want to follow any of my classmates. So yeah, that'll be fun. But if you will come alongside me and listen to my growth at VI, I would be very much appreciative. So, all right, it's PowerPoint, it's down. I'm used to Canva. Anyways, first off, thank you. My biggest thank you goes immediately to God. I am now more intentional than I ever will be. I have worked very hard on thanking God first for all of my opportunities, so that's what I want to start this presentation with. And also, thank you for being here. So, my beginning story, I originally planned to go into the high school program at VI. Unfortunately, I immediately got moved into the college cohort. And that was the first blessing I've ever received specifically at VI. The fall retreat was my first intro to some of my students, my fellow students, and I thought I was going to be bored out of my mind. I am very outgoing, I'm very fun, I like to have a lot of fun, I like to do stupid stuff, and going into this fall retreat, I was really scared because we have a very, very different personality class, and you have no idea. Like, I never thought I would get along with any of them, and I was very, very, very wrong on that one, thankfully. Now, I wasn't so uncomfortable because I had my brother who was previous in the school, and some of his friends that I'd been previously introduced to. So I wasn't completely out of the box. I was still with him, and I was like jiving with them. And so that helped me move into saying hi to some of my future fellow classmates. And so that was really nice. So when I first was walking in, I was very immature. I was very directionless, and I was very emotionally avoidant. I was not very good with handling that. Thankfully, I grew in self-awareness, intentionality, and confidence. Those were my main points when I was first walking in. I immediately saw my growth on that one. What I found: workforce skills, leadership, and values growth. My main things that I learned was leadership, big time, sales, communication, marketing skills, and definitely developed public speaking. My time management was a huge one that I really needed to work on. A lot of the times I was just like, I'm gonna do today. Let's do this. Dom, you wanna come? And that was pretty much it. I didn't really have a schedule. I didn't really have anything that was going on. I had work, and that pretty much summed it up. Otherwise, I like to have fun. So having to deal with a schedule, that was a big learning curve. Conflict resolution is one of the things that we thankfully didn't have to deal with too much here because we are such a good class together. We work well, and we all always get along most of the time. Me and Lincoln fight sometimes. Kidding. Okay, mainly Kaya, actually. My point is, conflict resolution is something that I'm going to have to deal with a lot because on Wednesdays we got to travel out of VI and see other businesses, and I realized really quickly that I'm not going to be surrounded by people who have my same ideology, my same values, my same personality. I'm not going to be next to that at all times. So I really had to realize that I'm going to have to deal with conflict. I didn't like that as much as I thought I would. I'm like, okay, I'm good with conversation and conflict, I guess. But thank you, Mr. Osborne, who's back there now, he was over there, because he taught me that there was good conflict as well as bad conflict. And I actually remember conflict is not bad. It's only bad when one or two parties lose control of their emotions. Conflict is not bad, and that is what I've come to learn. Now, faith in life. Before I was coming in, I wasn't as godly as I really thought I was. I knew I was. I always had a faith. I was always strong in faith. I never lacked that. I just don't think I discovered as much as I thought I could. Now, faith was really honestly just a routine. I would get up, I would read my Bible, I would do a devotional, I would pray. All of that seems kind of like ordinary, right? That's what I thought too, and I didn't really like that. And it would just became so routine that I didn't really think about it as much. Coming to VI, that didn't say it like it was, thankfully. I immediately got introduced to deep thinking. Whoa, it was really scary. Tom really challenged me. Last year, second semester, I was feeling really scared, to be honest, because he asked me one of the stupidest questions ever. He's like, what is it to care about righteousness? I'm like, what? Like, you care about them, right? Is that it? No, that is not it. I had to think about one word so much my brain hurt. Oh my gosh, I had to rephrase it so many times because I didn't understand the question. And somehow I grew from thinking about one word. It was unbelievable. I connected my growth, my work, and my relationships back to my purpose, which is to reflect all of God's grace, goodness, and kindness onto other people. This is a fun one. Now, my failure, big time. My defining growth. That's LinkedIn, by the way. My defining growth. Last year, second semester, I was feeling really stressed because I was in my personal capstone and I had the skills to apply social media management onto Vertical, but I didn't. I didn't use my skills whatsoever. And you would ask me probably, why? It's a great question, guys. Thank you. I didn't use my skills that I already had, and I didn't adapt them well at all. I would say I didn't. A lot of my work that I had previously done had been more creative, and I had to turn it more into what VI is. I had to adapt my personality, my skills, and I had to adapt to their personality, what they wanted to relay to their customers, to their target market, and I did not do that well at all. So working with Jen, she was like, LJ, don't do this. Okay, that you would think would be it. It wasn't. It would be, don't do this, got it. Don't do that, got it. Can I do this? No, got it. And it would go back and forth. The communication was so difficult on me because I had to update everything I did. Can you imagine that? I changed one letter. And that's really, I did not do well at that. I did not adapt well at all. And that was a big thing that I learned how to adapt my skills into different work, different types of work, and different creative styles. I learned so much from that failure, more than I would ever learn from success. Now, skip 2. I didn't. Okay. Prep for life. My short-term, where am I? Excuse me, sorry. My coaching, one-on-one coaching, was with Tom, and this was in last semester of the second year. I was really just a little lost. And thank you, Tom, because your coaching sessions helped me clarify my goals and my direction. And just being able to have someone that supported me throughout that entire time was huge. Because I would go out, I would do stuff, and then I wouldn't do anything with that. I wouldn't write it down. I'm not very good at note-taking. But with Tom, I would go back and I would meet with him personally, and we would walk through everything. I learned budgeting through that, timeline skills, and execution on habits. I know how to build habits now, but executing them was a little bit still hard. I built a realistic plan for my creative work, and now I'm going to be hopefully building out a van and living in a van, traveling when doing creative work with my girlfriend, and that's going to be so much fun. And thank you, Tom, because a lot of your one-on-one coachings has helped with that majorly. Now, work is worship. This is one thing that I've majorly learned from VI, because Originally, I just thought work is something that you did for money. It's not. We are created to create. Everything that we build reflects back to God. That is something that I majorly learned here, and that is what I want to move into. And that moves me right into my long-term goal, but I'll go into that second. My short-term is, like I mentioned a second ago, is to build an income stream with creative skills over the next year. I work towards building out a van with my girlfriend and traveling, doing creative work, especially like social media management. I'm currently working with Tom with his business, doing social media management there, and I cannot wait to start on that. I want my life to reflect God. So everything that I want to create, I want to go into that. My long-term goal is become more of a mirrored connection maker. And if you don't know what that means, good, that means I worded it right. Mirrored connection maker is my purpose statement. And what that means, I think that means at least, is I want to shine like a mirror and reflect everything that I do, how I act, how I speak, and everything, how I treat people. I want that to reflect back to God. Just like I mentioned earlier, all of his grace, his love, his kindness, I want to reflect that through the connections that I make. With that, thanks and honorable mentions. Thank you to my family. They supported me throughout my entire journey here, even when I didn't tell them I was doing anything. Like, they're like, "Oh, are you working on anything?" I'd be like, "What? Oh, yeah, by the way, I've been doing this, and this." I'm like, where's the update? So I didn't update them a lot. I'm really self-centered in that one. So I've gotten better at that. But thank you for all of the times that you supported me through not knowing. And I didn't know either. So thank you. Now, mentors and facilitators, technically. You guys have spoken to me so much. I have changed from the first year. When I came in, I was a little baby. Like, my classmates call me because I'm the youngest. They called me a baby throughout, I think, the first semester. Then it transferred to monkey or something. I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much, because you guys have transferred my life into something that I'm actually proud of now. Specifically, Tom, you have affected my life so much. You have no idea how much you've spoken into my life, and I cannot wait to work with you. My friends, you guys challenged me, encouraged me, and supported me. All of the above. And sometimes in our classes, we had poems that we would have to write to be different. I don't know. It was a little challenging, but at the same time, I was decent at them. So what I did is I wrote a poem for all of you. But the fun thing is, they haven't read them yet. Neither have I. Kidding, I have. I wrote them. They don't know which one is for who, and I want you guys to, Kai, you definitely know yours. I want you guys to try and guess which one is yours, and I will obviously tell you in the questions if you need, but I hope you enjoy. So I need the button though. We walked in as strangers, or something close to that, 7 different stories, no clear path. Didn't know then what we'd become, just showing up, getting things done. But somehow between the laughs and the late nights, the jokes, the talks, the random highlights, we built something real without even a plan, more than a class, more like a band. You brought the light, a steady warmth, never forced or bright, caring in ways that people feel, the kind of presence that's simple but real. And when you stepped up, you found your voice. You didn't just speak, you made a choice. You, steady and strong and true, always showing up the way you do. Reliable isn't loud or bold, but it's the kind of trait that never gets old. You made an impact more than you know through simple things that don't always show. You showed what it means to chase something fully and to keep it clean. Driven, focused, and always prepared. The one with words who genuinely cared. If someone was lost, you helped them see, spoke with clarity and honesty. And when you presented, let's be real, going next was not ideal. You, quiet grind, head down, locked in. Not chasing attention, just choosing discipline. Calm on the surface, focused inside. Letting your work be the thing that defines. No shortcuts taken, no need to prove, just steady steps and constant moves. You balanced it all, the laughs, the heart, both big and small. 1 second goofy, the next sincere, bringing the kind of joy people feel. You cared for everyone, made that clear. And that laugh, we could hear it from here. Like a race car flying, loud and free, no chance of quiet when you're coming near. You, my friend, you carried the sound. Never let silence hang around. Always a song, always a vibe, keeping the rhythm of all of our lives. Calm in the chaos, steady and wise, the kind of people trust for advice. Kind of voice people trust for advice, sorry. 3 hours of lifting, barely a set, still one of the best memories yet. And Super Smash Bros. Nights, there was no skill, but a bunch of hype. Not only that, but the hope to kill on a spike. And somehow, it all just came together. Different people, one time, one tether. Not perfect, not planned, not clean or neat, but in a way that can't repeat. So here's the moments we didn't expect. The growth, the change, the quiet respect. From who we were to who we've become, 7 different paths, but somehow one. But wait, there's more. I also am going into social media, and I have a quick slideshow of our fun moments and my life at VI. So I'm gonna run over and dim the light.
I wanna know what you got him. What? Ow. Wait, is he videoing? Wait, LJ, check this out. Really? Whoa. See that? Yo, is that a camera? I don't know. I don't know, dude. What is this magical item you have? Yeah. It's an iPhone. Hey. Oh, she's got a camera too. Hey, film her, not her. Yeah. No, not me. She's filming you.
For you, okay? So if you wanted to sign up for a tour or enter into
scared.
the
Don't distract the driver! So obviously, I pushed him and kicked his leg out from under him. He fell on the ground. While I'm still up, I'm sprinting away, hiding behind him, trying not to die. So I'm running the entire time, shoving things out of the way, diving over things just not to get attacked. And so I'm hiding. And this entire time, Jesse's right behind us, filming it. Filming it.
Give him a round of
And
applause.
I did not.
It was a really fun video. I can pull it up during lunch if you guys would like, but there should be a video that came along with that, but the transfer from Canva to PowerPoint apparently didn't work. Do you guys want to go back to that photo? Look, right? It's a video, that's not a photo, don't worry. And with that, thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I have time for questions. So who has the first one?
Are you going to tell us the order of the poems?
Oh, yes, that is fine. Would you guys like to guess?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Can you go through them again?
Oh, brother.
No, you don't have to read them again. Just
I got you. Show them. I got you. That's the wrong one.
There you go.
It wasn't me. That's the first one.
Yeah, the first one is just. Is this one me?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's next?
And Shiloh. Yes.
Shiloh.
Shiloh.
I gotta double check on this one. There we go. Yeah.
Noah.
Mm-mm.
Kaya?
Oh no, that's Sophia. That's the one about the.
That's Sophia. Yep.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I was skimming it. That's gotta be Noah. That
That is Noah.
Yeah, that one's. And 5.
Langdon.
I did.
Yeah. Hey, I spiked you back. Don't worry. So yeah, now that you, I love that picture. Now that you went through the poems, do you guys have any actual questions about other things? Yes.
Do we hear that your dream is to live in a van down by the river?
I mean, I don't mind river.
You're not going to live with your girlfriend. You're going to marry her first, right?
Yes. The plan is on engagement before we move into the van. Yes.
We're all thinking of something, you know.
Hey, I mean, it's a valid question, and I don't mind rivers, you know. Yes.
It seems like you have understood the cruel reality of the world and how it causes problems. What is your advice to the first years on how they should approach dealing with that?
Things change. Big time. The world shifts. People have different ideologies, different values. Everything is going to change. So you think it's going to be a smooth path sometimes, and you think you have the right steps. You're like, oh, okay, here's a step, and then the next one you have to take. There's no more. It's going to be like way over there. That's not a big deal. You can just take more steps. You can also go back. Change isn't a bad thing. It's something that you can go through without freaking out. You have allies, you have friends, you have mentors that'll guide you through it. Use them and rely on them. Yes.
Yeah, so yes, that social media is a struggle, but I want to say I really appreciated your attitude through the whole thing. Like, you always showed up. I had endless nitpicky changes because that's my job, is to make sure that you're getting the experience you get in real world. But I honestly appreciate your attitude through all of it. It was really super impressed that you kept showing up to get my feedback. And never complained about it, at least not to me. The next year, that capstone with Soundpoint, where you were one of the leaders on the team,
Mhm.
I was so impressed with how you led that team and the way that you galvanized them. And that team was like one of the most successful, I think, as far as like communication and working together. So I think maybe a question is like looking at that social media capstone and then what you were able to accomplish with the Soundpoint. Like, what was the difference? What did you learn? What did you take into that Soundpoint capstone?
A big thing was confidence, honestly, because going into the social media with not Soundpoint, with Vertical, I knew I had the skills and I knew that I could apply them, but then I just didn't. I had to work around not knowing how to apply it to different situations, and that was a really big struggle. So the big thing that I did with Soundpoint that was different, one, I led it with Shiloh, so that was a big help. He was I kind of was able to push people to do some work and help people figure out what they needed to do, what like things that needed to be changed, because I learned from you and all of the nitpicking. You're right, but I did not complain. And it honestly wasn't to complain for, because I knew your heart was in the right place. You wanted me to grow. So thank you for that. But with what I changed from Soundpoint is I knew how I like to be led, and I like someone who is constantly has their hand on my back and is like, hey, and you push them. I didn't necessarily do that because I knew some of the climbers weren't like that. So I kind of kept coming back and was always there for them when needed. And my team was fantastic. We had Shiloh on client communication, Sawyer. And he did an amazing job communicating with clients. Shiloh bashed his head into a brick wall, apparently. I knew about that, and then he came to the meeting. I was like, dude, you have like 50,000 logo designs. How do you not think any of them were good? We could have used any single one of them. But then we decided to mix it up and use two and combine them, and it was perfect. So a lot of what I did is I communicated more with my team. The Vertical Immersive project was more of a solo capstone, and so that was a little bit of a struggle. Being able to converse with my team was a really big help for the Sun Point. Choose one. Oh, brother.
I'll say from my limited time with you in these last couple of months, and especially employees, I think you of all people have found the one word of identity. Could you speak to what was your identity before Vertical, and now that you are graduating, what is your new identity, and how did you come to that?
That's a question. Well, when I was first coming in, I was only 17, so I didn't really know much about the world at all. My entire plan was to play professional soccer right out of high school, and with a ton of injuries that unfortunately did not happen. But again, change is not a bad thing. And I had faith through it the whole time, and I knew God had a plan for me. So I went to VI, and again, greatest blessing ever. I changed so much when I was there and lost soccer. I was so broken. Like, I didn't have an identity in sports or in my athletic ability anymore. And moving to VI has helped me understand that there's more that I have to offer. I'm a leader. I never knew I'd say that. I am. I always knew it. I just didn't know how to step into it. And here Brian's like, yes. I'm also, I know my emotions. I used to not at all. I was completely closed off. And that was a shock. It's good to feel not heartless. It's really nice. So I know that I'm a leader. I care for others, and I'm a godly man.